Hello, my name is Spoot and this is my guide for Tyrael. To really understand this hero, you'll first need to know what is justice really. Thankfully, he's the archangel of it, so he must know, so he's a perfect teacher. At first, I thought that justice was when a guy tried to steal a TV, for example, and then in the middle of his escape, he trips over the curbstone. But with a few classes with Tyrael as your teacher, you will learn that's just karma. And karma does not have its own archangel. Think about if we needed to have an archangel for every single word in the dictionary. That would just be a way too overpopulated heaven. There would be no space for anyone else. And who needs an archangel of garbage? That's a complete waste. But we're here to talk about Tyrael and the kind of perks you really get from wearing that title. His first real skill is teleporting, and not in the usual way you might think of. This is done with his weapon. He can go anywhere his sword goes. He could throw it down a cliff and that would just be an easy elevator. Eliminate the frustration trying to find out what floor you have to go to. No annoying waiting music. Just fast, efficient, and it works. One way that I can see it being really useful is in a situation we all know. You're about to leave your home, you smack the door, boom, you forgot your keys inside. There's nothing worse than this situation because you're left helpless. Again here, he can just throw his sword, teleport in, easy fix. Eliminate the need for a slow locksmith, so he'll just have more time for a nice night out with his friends. If he has any, I don't really know. But he'll have the time for it, that's for sure. Another skill that he possesses is being a fanatic painter, which I don't see being super useful in battle. The way it works is he draws some runes on the ground, and running over them makes him faster. How? What? Why? Running over a painting makes you faster. Unless he painted it with really hot paint. So it would be like running over hot coal, because we know standing on hot coal is not the best feeling in the world. That will kind of get you going. If it doesn't, at least, that would make one hell of a terrible barbecue. At least I've never heard of anyone eating feet. But if that's not the case, then I don't really get how it works. And let's try imagine for a second that he's in a race. How exactly is it gonna help him giving the other contestants one hell of a head start because he has to draw his runes to get a proper speed before he starts running? To me that seems really inefficient. Unless he cheats, and when the other guys get closer to the finish line, they see out in the distance that his sword is already there. And then he just pops up in the last second, and boom, he won. Had this been a normal race, he would have been totally disqualified for cheating. But since he's the Archangel of Justice, he can just call it justice. And he'll be getting the first prize medal. I'm not sure if I didn't take enough notes in the justice class, but I wouldn't necessarily classify that as justice. But then again, I'm not the teacher. So I won't ask questions. It's hard to stay mad at him anyway, since he's really selfless. Like normally, if you go into war, you would only bring a shield for yourself. This guy brings a shield for everyone. Like, you get a shield, and you get a shield. Everyone gets a shield. How could you possibly stay mad at a guy like that? But let's say for a second that you're not that much into shields. You can do other stuff. He's got sanctification, which sounds really fancy, but really it is just sort of a light that he can turn on. A light of justice, you might refer it as. But the thing about this light, if you're in it, you're immortal. You can sort of compare it to the fountain of youth, but not really, because that keeps you young, and this keeps you immortal. So the only thing the two really have in common is that it has an effect on you, but that's something. But when you are in this light, you're safe from everything. You can even take an arrow to the knee and you wouldn't even notice. But really, it just lights up a small area, and as long as you're in there, you're safe from harm. You can kind of compare it to a spotlight, and you're on a stage, and no matter if you forgot what you're supposed to say, you're safe, as long as you stay in the light. It won't matter how much garbage the audience throw at you. Even if they have the Archangel of Garbage to replenish them with supplies, you do not have to worry. You're in the light of justice, so you are safe. The last thing that he's capable of doing might even be the best part. You might by now have noticed that he's got these spaghetti-looking things out of his back. Well, that's wings, and they allow him to fly, or more like hover maybe. But that's still something, especially because he can hover with the speed of light towards a target. Now that might get you thinking, why the hell didn't he use that in the race? Well, I guess that just wouldn't have been just. How can he then use this power? To really express its potential, let's just imagine you've been on a diet for way too long. By now, you've almost genetically developed your own rabbit teeth from eating way too much lettuce, and you're just craving some chocolate cookies. Then you go to the store, and there's only one box left. Panic starts to boil up. There's a lot of people here who's been on a diet because it's really popular these days, and they're also craving cookies. So there's just a giant fuss to get this box. How do you possibly acquire this for yourself? Well, with the power of an Archangel, you can just swoop in there and you land on your target and everyone else just get blown away. And now it's a 1 versus 1 for this delicious box. But since he's an Archangel and the other guy, he's just a guy, it's not even a fair fight. He wins with ease. And the box is now his. And now you're left with the only thought, wow, is that justice? What about the other guys? Won't he share? Well, no, but when he takes a closer look at the box, he'll notice it's not chocolate cookies. It's freaking raisins. And that is justice. Yeah, I bet you it is. I aced my justice exam. And now you all know what justice is all about. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, you should definitely subscribe to the channel. Then you'll know when there will come a lot more videos. And also, if you have anything to say, leave a comment down below and about the hero or the video, whatever. Again, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.